you don't have to start good at math, right? You can become good at math, or you can get good at the math concepts that are relevant to the problems that you're solving. Awesome. And I imagine you probably had a reasonable foundation in the math stuff from the bioinformatics experience as well. None? Okay, never mind.
No, I know. I had like literally, okay, I took one calculus class and one statistics class. That was literally it. I actually talked about this like before as well. I failed my first test ever in discrete math when I went into my master's. I had never seen proofs in my life, did not know like what anything was. So yeah, I actually had a very, very weak math background.
Interesting. Well, that's really good to hear for pretty much everyone that watches these videos, because one of the most common questions I get asked is, do you have to be good at math? And I mean, the answer I think is still yes, but
Yeah.
you don't have to start good at math, right? You can become good at math, or you can get good at the math concepts that are relevant to the problems that you're solving, right?
Yeah.
To me, I think that's what people always forget, is they think that they're bad at programming or bad at math, and that means they're going to be bad at those things forever. And it's like, you're definitely not going to get a job in this field if you're bad at both of those. But that's not something that's static, right? That's something you can work on. That's something you can improve on. I was objectively bad at both of those even 6-7 years ago, and I would hope I'm pretty good at them now. So
Growth mindset, that's what's important.
exactly.
Like you need to think about it in terms of growth, because I don't know why, but people see math as like one of those things like I'm either good at it or bad at it, which doesn't make any sense, right? That's the same. Like if we put this into another scenario, like are you bad at Spanish? I don't know, maybe you do speak Spanish, I don't speak Spanish, but like if you
Oh,
there you go.
No, I'm kidding, my Spanish is...
Okay. Whatever language that you don't need to know, are you just like, oh man, I'm like, so stupid, I can't learn this language? Well, it's because you didn't learn the language, right? Like exactly. Math is the same over here. It's like, it's not like someone's just like naturally good at math. Like maybe some people are more talented, maybe they're just better at learning in that area, but that doesn't mean you can't get better at it, right?
Yeah, well, it's also something related to complementary skills as well, right? If that's pretty much all the Spanish I know. If I spoke 4 other languages, it would probably be easier for me to pick up another language, because I understand how languages work fundamentally. Same thing with math, is that if you're studying a lot of, if you're interested in physics personally, or you're interested in parallel fields, even programming is a parallel field to math. You have to understand some discrete math to be able to, look at algorithmic complexity, things like that. People don't realize that if they don't have any exposure to that whole domain, it's going to be really hard to learn math, because you have no frame of reference. The more frames of reference you have, the easier it's going to be, because you've seen similar things, and that's exactly how our brain works, right? We're like, oh, that's similar. Can I relate it here? Oh, yes. Okay, I can, but I kind of digress. I'm fascinated with personal growth. That's like
me too.
I don't have any of my books here after I moved. They're all in storage in Chicago, but it was like a whole wall of books related to that. I can't get enough. I
feel like we can just have a whole conversation about this at some point, like
a whole nother channel.
Right?